The final broadcast of Officer Daniels. This isn't human. A chilling true crime mystery that still haunts the force. Chapter 1. The Last Shift. Officer Aaron Daniels wasn't supposed to work that night. July 16, 2022, was meant to be his scheduled leave, but a sudden illness in the night shift rotation pushed him onto the clock. Daniels, a 12-year veteran of the Greenville Police Department, had a spotless record and a reputation for being methodical, quiet, a stickler for protocols. He left his home at exactly 6:42 p.m. His last words to his wife were ordinary. "I'll see you in the morning." By 7:15 p.m., dashcam footage recorded Daniels pulling out of the station lot for what should have been a routine patrol. At 8:04 p.m., the first radio transmission came through. Clipped, hurried, slightly off for a man known for calm precision. "Dispatch, I've got something. Need backup to 418 Miller's Crossing. Possible break-in." He never mentioned the suspect. Never gave a description. Just static. Then silence. Backup arrived 11 minutes later. The house at 418 Miller's Crossing had been abandoned since 2007. Chapter 2. The broadcast no one can explain. What happened between 8:04 p.m. and 9:03 p.m. is officially unsolved. At exactly 9:03 p.m., Officer Daniels' radio went live. For 7 minutes, his mic stayed open. The transmission was broadcast to dispatch, to other units on patrol, and even recorded on the city's emergency channels. The audio is still considered one of the most disturbing on record. It began with breathing. Heavy. Labored. Almost not human. Then Daniel's voice, shaking, clipped, whispering like he didn't want something to hear him. "Not alone. It's watching me. It's not human." There was a dragging sound. Something metallic scraping across concrete. Then Daniels again. The door's shut. It wasn't shut before. Can't get out. Another noise, this time picked up on multiple radio frequencies simultaneously, like feedback looped through something much larger than his handheld unit. Then his final words. "If anyone hears this, stay away. This isn't human." The mic cut. The signal went dead. Chapter 3. What they found. Officers arrived at Miller's Crossing within minutes of the final broadcast. They found Daniel's cruiser. Lights still flashing, engine idling. His sidearm was still holstered. The driver's side door stood open. The dashcam recorded only darkness after 8:47 p.m. Inside the house? Empty. Dust covered. No footprints beyond Daniels. No forced entry. Nothing out of place, except one thing. A crude symbol drawn on the inside of the basement door. It wasn't paint. It wasn't blood. Forensics couldn't determine the substance. Daniel's body was never found. Chapter 4. The investigation that broke protocol. The Greenville PD requested outside federal assistance within 24 hours. The FBI reviewed all available audio. Their official statement classified the recording as equipment malfunction, no actionable evidence. Privately, agents reportedly refused to re-enter the property. 2 officers resigned within weeks. Both cited nightmares involving Daniel's voice. One took his own life 6 months later. His suicide note? "It's still there. We left it there." Chapter 5. The aftermath and unanswered questions. Daniel's wife pushed for answers. She released the audio to the public after the department refused to acknowledge anything beyond "missing officer, presumed dead." Paranormal investigators descended on Miller's Crossing. None stayed longer than an hour. One reported seeing something standing in the corner, something wrong with its face. He refused to return. Locals now refer to the house as the place that took a cop. No one lives within 3 houses of it. Realtors refuse to list it. Chapter 6. Theories and the unsolved mystery. Was it something paranormal? A hallucination? Some secret the department covered up? or something far darker buried beneath that house? What's undeniable is this. The final words of Officer Daniels are real. They're archived. Public. Chilling. This isn't human. And no one has ever explained what happened after that night. Suggested closing line for video script. If you enjoyed this case and want more true crime mysteries like this, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. What do you think Officer Daniels really encountered that night? True Crime Unsolved Mystery. Part 2. Where is Officer Daniels? Chapter 1. The house that should be empty. 2 months after Officer Aaron Daniels vanished, the Greenville Police Department quietly closed 418 Miller's Crossing as a crime scene. Internally, they admitted defeat. Externally, they called it an ongoing investigation. But the story didn't end there. Neighbors began reporting strange sightings. Lights flickering in the basement despite no power to the home. Figures moving in windows at hours when no one was legally permitted inside. Low voices on police scanners, echoing Daniels' last broadcast, despite no active units nearby. One neighbor claimed to see Daniels himself. Or what looked like him. He stood in the yard, staring at the house. His face. It wasn't right. I'm telling you, it wasn't right. That witness later recounted, citing stress and grief. But others in the neighborhood moved away entirely. Chapter 2. The tape they tried to hide. A leaked body cam recording surfaced. It belonged to Officer Jenna Ruiz, part of the secondary search team the night Daniels vanished. In the footage, Ruiz steps into the basement at Miller's Crossing. Her flashlight cuts through dust so thick it seems alive. At exactly 1:43 a.m., the footage glitches violently. Audio records her saying, "Daniels? Aaron? Jesus? Is that you?" Then silence. Heavy breathing. A whispering voice, not hers. The final frames show her flashlight illuminating the basement wall. What's there isn't Daniels. It isn't human. It's a shape, elongated limbs, no discernible face, but eyes. Multiple. Watching. Blinking out of sync. Ruiz was pulled from duty. Diagnosed with acute stress psychosis. Her report vanished from official records. She later told a friend. He's still there. But it's not him anymore. Chapter 3. Unofficial investigation. Independent investigators, true crime enthusiasts, and paranormal researchers descended on Greenville. One group, Midnight Paranormal, documented their findings in a video that YouTube removed within 24 hours. Clips re-uploaded elsewhere show the team descending into the basement. Their equipment picked up EMF readings off the charts. Temperature drops to -12 degrees Fahrenheit despite summer heat. Audio capturing a voice repeating, "Stay away." The team never returned to finish their documentary. Chapter 4. The body that wasn't there. In January 2023, a hiker 14 miles outside Greenville discovered a police badge partially buried in frostbitten soil. It belonged to Officer Daniels. Near the badge, a torn uniform sleeve, scraps of police-issue boots, a fingerprint. Daniels. But no body. No blood. Nothing to suggest how or why these items were there. The area had already been searched during the initial investigation. And yet, the badge hadn't been there before. Chapter 5. The case reopens. Briefly. Faced with mounting public pressure, Greenville PD reopened the Daniels case in spring 2023. They assigned Detective Cole Whitaker, known for his skepticism and refusal to indulge in ghost stories. Within a month, Whitaker quit. His statement to the press was short. "There are things in that house we weren't meant to disturb." He refused further comment. No officer has officially entered 418 Miller's Crossing since. Chapter 6. The final theory. Some believe Daniels stumbled onto an unspeakable crime, something buried beneath that house long before he set foot there. Others think what happened to him isn't tied to the living. Audio experts who analyzed his final broadcast now suggest the background distortion wasn't equipment failure. It resembled vocal patterns not human in origin. Some fragments sound like other voices layered beneath his own. Voices that shouldn't have been there. Theories range from government experiments to ancient hauntings to something older. Something waiting beneath Miller's Crossing long before humans built over it. But no one can explain why Daniel's last words were so certain. This isn't human. And no one can explain where he is now. If you think this is the end of the story, think again. In Part 3, we'll uncover the terrifying files Greenville PD tried to erase, and why some believe Officer Daniels may still be alive, but no longer human. Chapter 1. The Missing Files. After Detective Cole Whitaker's resignation, whispers began circulating within Greenville PD about files that had quietly gone missing from the Daniels investigation. Not just misplaced. Purged. Erased. Gone. Internal memos. Audio logs. Timestamps. Vanished. Bodycam footage from the search teams. Deleted from servers. Physically removed from archives. An IT contractor, speaking anonymously, revealed. We were ordered to wipe certain drives clean. For public safety. Those were the words. Not privacy. Not evidence preservation. For public safety. But one file survived. An off-site backup. A single, corrupted audio clip labeled Miller S_crossing_418/final. Chapter 2. The tape no one was meant to hear. Forensic audio specialists attempted to clean up the file. What they recovered was more chilling than Officer Daniels' last transmission. It begins with Daniels' voice, softer now. Exhausted. Terrified. Whispering. I'm beneath. I don't know how I got here. I can hear them moving. Inside the walls. Inside me. Then silence. Then something else. A sound not made by human vocal cords. A wet, slithering click. Repeating. Growing closer. Louder. The words that follow are not in English. Not in any known language. But linguists noted a resemblance to ancient phonetics. Guttural, fractured, designed for mouths not shaped like ours. The final moment. A faint gasp. Daniels again. It's wearing my face. End of file. Chapter 3. The Return of Officer Daniels. July 2024. 2 years to the day since Daniels disappeared. A patrol car was found parked outside 418 Miller's Crossing at dawn. Engine off. Lights dead. Inside the cruiser sat a man in full Greenville PD uniform. Badge number 4127. Nameplate Daniels. He was alive. Breathing. Silent. But something was wrong. His skin temperature registered 32 degrees Fahrenheit. His pupils did not respond to light. His mouth was stitched shut. The stitching wasn't thread. It was something organic. Something growing from inside his lips outward. Daniels was moved to a secure medical facility. He hasn't spoken since. Chapter 4. The Disappearance of Records, again. Within 48 hours of Daniels' reappearance, his medical records vanished. Witness reports were retracted. Officers involved were reassigned out of state. The Greenville PD issued a press release stating Daniels had been located safe and reunited with family. His wife denies this. That thing isn't Aaron. My husband is still missing. No public sightings of Daniels exist after that day. Chapter 5. What was beneath Miller's Crossing? Rumors persist about 418 Miller's Crossing. Some claim the house was built atop an older structure, predating Greenville itself. A sanitarium from the 1800s. Others say a burial ground. Records confirm. In 1902, a fire consumed a hospital once located there. The bodies of 13 patients and 2 doctors were never recovered. One surviving nurse wrote, "They were not patients. Not anymore." Something lived inside them. Something that would not burn. The house was condemned days after Daniels reappeared. But no demolition ever occurred. The property still stands. Locals report seeing shapes in the windows. Smiling faces. Watching. Waiting. Wearing someone else's skin. Chapter 6. The final theory. Was it ever human? Some believe Daniels found a gateway beneath Miller's Crossing. Others believe something found him. Whatever returned in his uniform, it wasn't meant for this world. The Greenville PD won't speak of it. Federal agencies deny involvement. The house remains locked behind police barriers, untouched, at least officially. But dispatch radios still catch fragments at night. Voices whispering through static. Repeating the same words Daniels said before he vanished. This isn't human. Is Officer Daniels still alive beneath that house? Or did something far worse return in his place? In Part 4, we uncover the secret history of Miller's Crossing and why no one who steps inside comes out the same. If they come out at all. True Crime Unsolved Mystery. Part 4. What's beneath Miller's Crossing? Chapter 1. The history they tried to bury. After Officer Daniels' terrifying reappearance, amateur investigators, journalists, and even conspiracy theorists zeroed in on 418 Miller's Crossing. The house's origins were darker than even the police reports dared suggest. In 1873, long before the current house existed, the land belonged to the Winder Institute for the Mentally Infirm. The institute's founder, Dr. Ephraim Voss, was later discredited for unethical experiments on patients. Isolation chambers, sensory deprivation, and rumored occult practices involving extraction of essence. In 1902, the Winder Institute burned to the ground under mysterious circumstances. 17 bodies were never found. The official cause of the fire was labeled unexplained phenomena. Locals at the time blamed it on the things kept in the tunnels beneath. Chapter 2. The basement no one talks about. What's beneath 418 Miller's Crossing isn't on any blueprints. No contractor records mention a basement. No city permits authorized excavation. But multiple first responders confirm its existence. A staircase descending into darkness far deeper than the house's foundation should allow. Concrete corridors branching out like veins beneath the property. Officer Ruiz's bodycam footage, from Part 2, briefly showed markings on those walls, sigils not from any known language, repeated over and over like a warning or a containment spell. Private investigators who mapped the basement claim it connects to an older tunnel system predating the town itself. Chapter 3. The Entity Theories. Those who've heard Daniels' corrupted final audio or witnessed the thing wearing his uniform agree on one thing. Whatever lives beneath Miller's Crossing is ancient. Descriptions from witnesses over the decades share disturbing similarities. Pale, stretched forms. Multiple, asymmetrical eyes. Voices that don't use mouths. Some believe these are survivors of the Winder Institute's experiments, mutated by something beneath the earth. Others believe these are entities drawn to places of intense suffering, parasites of fear and flesh. The name given in whispered online forums. The mimics beneath. Chapter 4. The Locked Files. Greenville PD's files on Daniels were sealed under federal order in late 2024. Unofficial leaks point to a classified Joint Task Force document, Operation Hollow Vein. This operation reportedly involved monitoring unexplained disappearances linked to old sanitarium sites, tracking anomalies matching Daniels' final broadcast distortions, containment protocols for non-human biologicals exhibiting mimicry behaviors. The files suggest Miller's Crossing is one of several sites across the U.S. connected through subterranean passageways. Chapter 5. The Survivors' Stories. 2 former Greenville officers anonymously shared their experiences in 2025 podcasts and dark web forums. Something followed me home after the search. It wore my brother's face for a week. My brother's been dead 5 years. I hear him still. Daniels. In the static. begging me not to come back. Both officers now live under assumed names, far from Greenville. One attempted suicide. The other refuses to sleep near electrical devices, claiming the voices leak through. Chapter 6. Why they can't destroy the house. Attempts to demolish 418 Miller's Crossing have all failed. Machinery malfunctions. Workers report missing time. 2 contractors vanished in 2024 after entering the basement without permission. Each returned days later, wandering out of the woods wearing police uniforms they couldn't have obtained legally. One was identified through dental records. An officer who died in 1996. The city quietly fenced the house off. Signs posted, unsafe structure. No trespassing. The barrier isn't to protect the public from the house. It's to protect the public from what's beneath. Chapter 7. What's next? Some believe Daniels is still alive beneath Miller's Crossing, feeding whatever them he referred to in his final words. Others believe he was never alive when he returned. What's certain? The house still stands. The transmissions haven't stopped. Every year on July 16th, static crackles across Greenville's emergency channels. And a voice whispers, "Still here. Still waiting. This isn't human." In Part 5, we reveal the horrifying connection between Officer Daniels, the Winder Institute, and the other lost officers, whose bodies were never recovered. Some secrets weren't meant to be uncovered, and some doors were never meant to be opened. True Crime Unsolved Mystery. Part 5. The Lost Officers and the Door That Never Should Have Opened. Chapter 1. The Other Missing Officers. Greenville PD's files show 3 other officers disappeared between 1989 and 2007, all linked by one disturbing detail. Each was last seen near or inside 418 Miller's Crossing. Missing officers. Officer Marcus Lane, 1989. Last radioed in from Miller's Crossing. Never found. Cruiser abandoned. Case closed as presumed dead. Officer Darlene Hughes, 1997. Reported investigating a possible break-in at the address. Body never recovered. Dispatch records wiped within 48 hours. Sergeant Kevin Ross, 2007. Entered the property after reports of strange lights and faces in the windows. His final words over radio: "It's not a house. It's a mouth." Chapter 2. Connecting the disappearances. All 3 cases share eerie commonalities. Officers entered alone. Radios cut to static shortly after. Vehicles left running, doors open. Body cams removed or corrupted. Records reveal that each disappearance occurred within weeks of July 16th, the same date Officer Daniels vanished. Conspiracy forums now refer to this as the feeding date. A theory suggests something beneath Miller's Crossing requires a living sacrifice to sustain itself. Chapter 3. The Door Beneath the House. Documents leaked from Operation Hollow Vein refer to a structure beneath Miller's Crossing. The threshold. This door isn't physical in the traditional sense. It's described as a boundary between known and unknown biological systems, exhibiting properties inconsistent with terrestrial physics. The threshold seems to open gradually each year, peaking on July 16th. Whatever lies beneath doesn't escape through force. It lures, imitates, replaces. Chapter 4. The Return of the Missing. In March 2025, a viral video surfaced briefly on the dark web before being scrubbed. It showed 3 uniformed officers wandering the woods near Miller's Crossing. One wore a badge reading Hughes. One had Ross nameplate. The third's face was blurred, but the voice whispering beneath the static audio said, "Aaron Daniels." Locals who viewed the footage describe it as profoundly wrong. The men's movements were jerky, disjointed, as if learning how to use human bodies again. The footage ended with the camera operator screaming, the lens shattering, and the final frame showing multiple pale eyes staring from the darkness. Chapter 5. The Last Transmission. On July 16, 2025, At 3:17 a.m., Greenville Emergency Services recorded a single, chilling transmission. This is Officer Aaron Daniels, reporting from below. The door is open now. It's not just us anymore. It's everywhere. The broadcast lasted exactly 66 seconds before cutting to static. Police deny this happened. Dispatchers quit. No official records remain. But audio exists, shared in fragments, echoing across true crime forums, dissected by experts who agree. That voice wasn't Daniels anymore. Not entirely. Chapter 6. The unsolved mystery remains. 418 Miller's Crossing stands empty, but not silent. Each year, on the same date, electrical disturbances plague Greenville. Lights flicker. Radios hiss. Voices seep through. Still here. Still waiting. No one lives within 6 blocks of the house now. No one dares enter. What started as the disappearance of one officer has become a terrifying legacy of vanishing lives, buried truths, and a house that breathes in silence beneath the earth. The Greenville PD has effectively erased its connection. But those who've heard the transmissions know. The door beneath Miller's Crossing is still open. And whatever waits beyond it isn't human. Do you believe Officer Daniels was pulled into something supernatural? Or is there a darker, human conspiracy at play? Comment your theory below. Subscribe for more chilling unsolved mysteries and true crime stories just like this. The end.